Hello everybody, AOG Gaming here, back with another video. Um, it's the only gacha I've been playing so far, and it has been fun. I will say one thing. Every gacha has been predatory that I've played so far. I've pretty much quit every single gacha I've ever played because it's not worth it for my money. And then you get drawn back into it. And that's kind of what happened to me. However, I have now decided, and no more money is going into this game. Because it's going to EOS soon. What's the point of giving them money if they're just going to say, oh, by the way, your money just gone. This was one of my favorite games. It still is. In terms of gameplay and art style, however, I will say the art style is pretty much the only thing that just kept me going, even up until now. They have been doing a lot of good stuff with the game in terms of releasing different contents, but it's kind of like they are more so just trying to make you stay on the game as long as possible as a free to play, and then if you want to just be on the game for a little bit and like, you know, get good stuff, you just have to spend money, which again is like every other gacha out there. However, it gets exhausting. I got R4 meta, what's her name, Artemis, Mona. Great character, great unit, but like it's just pixels on a screen, and I'm not going to be able to use that character probably for much longer because they're going to EOS soon. However, I think that the designs are not that bad. They are a little bit overpowered. Even some of the newer units, again, power creep is always a thing in the games. This is just Leon 2.0, but yeah, I mean, even miss rate on her. She even has miss rate on her basic. Guess who else? Oh wait, I thought she did have miss rate. Is it? It's the queen, right? She's the one with miss rate. No, she has sleep. All right, I don't understand then. I don't remember who I'm talking about. But yeah, so let me just show you the immense amount of power creep in this game. It's absolutely wild, right? So like, we'll just do Leon and then we'll do her. So nobody's gonna die now. And then we'll do the new meta espers so you can just see, right? This is ridiculous. The 100 paragraphs of text. Not just for that, but also her ultimate. It's pretty straightforward to understand though, so that's what I like. Here's the difference, right? This is the meta unit, this is the normal unit. This is a D5 R2. I'm gonna get her D6 because I got her the pass. This other character is R6 level 70, completely maxed out, D6, even her sonic devices are maxed out. She has barely 10k attack. So I just want you to see how this team survives, right? Because again, we have Leon 2.0, right? So let's just go with her, right? Precaution, gets a shield, Pathward dies if a teammate with Pathward dies. So basically she'll revive, I believe, Leora. Oh wait, no, she gave, no, wait, she hasn't gone yet. She has not gone yet, so once I get the Pathward. This is wild that Leora does this, but she starts with Skyrim at the start of her turn because of R2, I believe. So, you know, here's the nuke. Oh, I turned off the sound, didn't I? Let's redo that. I have the music going, but I don't have the sound effects. We'll go up to here. The music is very loud, so like, much better. Actually feels like I'm playing now. So she did not do a lot there, and she did crit. Mind you, this Leora has a decent amount of attack. We already saw. She's level 68 as well. So doesn't do a lot there. It doesn't really matter because she's giving all my other supports speed and herself. So the speed plus her ability to just cycle with the 30% increase in AP.
Oceans,
just watch this.
heed my call.
This power creep at its
Watch
finest.
over us.
So she did give it to... What? Oh, she did that for Leon. She gave immunity to Leon. Ah! It didn't work the way I wanted it to. Okay, we've got to redo that one. I think she's... Yeah, there you go. No, she still gives it to Leon. How does she have less health? I don't understand that. Is she not supposed to... She gives immunity to Leon. How does that make sense? I'm sorry, am I reading this wrong or something? Yeah, she has way more health. There's no reason you should be giving her that buff. So it's bugged or something, because that does not make any sense. The lowest current HP percentage. Like what? It's always going to give it to Leon, isn't it? Because they heal anyway, so... Yeah, I mean... It's gotta be the dumbest interaction I've ever seen. I mean, you understand, right? If I used the character with a lot less health, it probably would work. I just wanted to show off the new Esper. And the fact that this team is basically gonna take no damage. And this is just 3 Espers, right? Yeah, so you understand. The enemy team is probably gonna heal everything as well. So this is just 2 supports. Now, he's a support as well, right? So let's take her out, right? Let's have some more aggressive healing. We have 2 supports, and I guess we can get 2 fighters in here as well. So, you know what? Let's do some weaker fighters. Let's not just go straight into. Wait, are you not a fighter? No, you are a support. That's wild to me. So fighter, and then we also have to go another fighter because this is how our abilities work. I could go Mona, but that's just overkill. That she's just gonna kill everything. Do we go? Yeah, you know what? Let's go her because she's maxed out. So here we go, right? Now look how many buffs she got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. First one just increases her ult and makes her unkillable because of the R2. Heaven's Wheel, when casting abilities, she's just going to get all the buffs. Warfront is what I'm trying to do, so offensive and hyper. So now damage dealt by your whole team is plus 50% increased, just in general. And fighter's teammates attack plus 50%. It's not removed upon death. Hyperdrive is wild. This effect won't be removed upon death. I'm assuming that it's like a field buff rather than a buff on her, but if she dies, shouldn't these buffs go away because they're specifically on her character? So we do this, right? This is a little bit more killable of a team. However, if you look at the Wolves passive, once I get to his ultimate, wait, sorry. HP will not fall below 1. So when he has this, he can't be killed pretty much. And he recovers his HP to 50%, which is wild. However, he's killable before he goes. So if I didn't have a speed lead on my team, it wouldn't work because my other support, this guy, wouldn't be able to buff us. Obviously it works because I'm just facing AI team right now, but you understand what I mean. So he goes in, and there you go. That's it. Now,
gods tremble before me!
Unkillable. Why was that so slow? Interesting. So yeah, she does a ridiculous amount of damage when she has buffs, but when she doesn't, she's kind of just meh. However, she makes her, and she basically becomes a DPS slot that can enable the rest of your team. You could do the balance thing, but honestly, hyperdrive and the offensive stance is the best in my opinion. Defensive stance is also really good, but you need to have a defender-based team because it makes Leora take no damage, which is wild. And I think that this damage dealt is actually only for Leora too, so maybe it makes her deal 50% more damage, plus fighter teammates attack 50%. No, because that's for teammates, yeah. So that plus the fact that she buffs herself with all the crit damage and everything. From this guy, obviously he gives her everything. Which is wild, you know, just the fact that that works. And then you have her who is unkillable because of her this thing, which I can't show you, but she gains rainbow stacks, which are pretty much means she can block attacks. And it doesn't take away from multi-hits, so it's a little bit better than Li Xiao's healing thing in terms of protection, but it's not team-wide, so it doesn't protect your whole team. It's more selfish protection. But again, doesn't die, doesn't die, doesn't die. Only will die once her stacks are gone. Only will die if he doesn't have his wolf mode. Only will die if she doesn't have Skyrend. Which, then, she doesn't die once you heal her to full. Like, this is power creep at its finest, right? Let me just show you. Oh wait, I guess it's on her ultimate. Taking lethal damage, death is delayed until the status is removed. If during this period HP is fully restored, delayed death is removed, and so she doesn't lose Skyrend until she uses her S3. I want you all to realize this, right? So let me just show you, right? I'm pretty sure it works if she's the only Esper as well. So she's literally unkillable, right? As long as you use her S3. Oh my god. Just wild. This is R2, by the way. This is the R2 effect. So you can 100% free to play this with all the stuff that we got. But you kind of have to get lucky. This is wild. Oh right. She loses it after a while, maybe? I don't... Huh? But I didn't use the ability, so why did she lose Skyrend? Maybe there's a soft thing where she takes enough damage and she loses it? Because it says nothing in her kit says the fact that she won't die. That she'll die if yeah, because it doesn't get removed until... I'm so confused. Right, because we use it. And she'll die, right? Wait, how did they get an extra turn? That's wild. Ain't no way they just get an extra turn like that. Ah, it's because of the speed thing. I don't have the speed buff anymore, so she does nothing. Yeah, we do this. Like, even just this, dude. Right? This is a controller. This is a controller as well, I believe. Yeah. We do this. Increase just... No, we do attack. So she gains all, which is a little bit different. It makes her immune to control effects, and enemies take control effects. They take damage equal to 4% of their max HP, and it's not removed upon death. Also, her ultimate will put stun on every enemy, I believe.
That's in faux pas. Not on my watch.
So Umbra, that's a control effect, right? They all took 4% of their health. But of course they're gonna heal it immediately. Now they're stunned, they take more damage. And now we even more control.
It's your turn.
Oh baby. Oh baby, you're beautiful. And now we go for him. And now, wait. Yeah, we gotta wait a turn. And now they have Gossamer. And now you can just go ham. There we go. She's dead. She's back. I don't think it kills everybody, but at least she gets no turn. Oh wait, she has Skyred. She has Skyred. I think once we unlock the ability, you have to use it, and if you don't use it, then it'll. Oh, I should have attacked all of them once. What am I doing? Oh wait, yeah, cause she loses it. So once I think once it goes up to 8, or once of course once she uses the ability, she's gonna die. But I didn't use it the first time, so I don't understand how she died. Unless it's capped at the 8 part. Because they can go 400, 4 more 8, that's 200%. So maybe once it gets to 8 turns after you have taken Skyrend, it'll just kill you because you lose the Skyrend? I don't understand. There's nothing in her kit that says that. She should pretty much be immortal so long as you don't use her S3. Like that's how that should work. If I'm reading that properly. And like you can see it too, right? Like look at this. I mean, this is what happened at the beginning, right? You don't use her ultimate. Right? And somehow I like have more speed or something? Like what is that? So I still have Skyrim, but I think once it gets to 8 you just die, right? She still hasn't lost it. But then she just dies. Why is it moving like that? So like still has it. Still has it. So this is my point, is like she doesn't die, and then if she gets healed to 100%, oh there she loses it. See what I mean? Nothing in her kit says that she loses her thing after a certain amount of turns. Nothing. So yeah, I feel like that's a bug in her kit. And again, that's why you shouldn't be spending money in the game. I did the bad thing of doing that. So that's that power creep. Now you want to see a different type of power creep? Let me just do this, right? We got fighter, so we have our offensive stand, 50% more attack, so now everybody is doing 100% more damage pretty much. Unkillable, and you're not gonna kill my team. So let's do this. Yeah, just watch this, right? So who got the Pathfinder thing? Does she not give it unless you have lost health? That is kind of a dumb... Yeah, that is dumb. What's the point of using this character's ability? Oh no, but it only happens on her active turn, so I guess it's fine because it's part of the
night is my bow. The moon is my arrow.
Pretty much you take less damage if you have no health. And I mean, yeah, you can see that. That's just ridiculous. So I kind of enjoy old Leora better because she's kind of just a nuke, right? And I also have her completely maxed out, so that's why. Do this. No, that's the goddess one. Yeah, she doesn't give the Pathfinder to anybody. These are the water shields. So yeah, I like the fact that I can do that. and that. But to be fair, Leora is maxed out, so she does that consistently. She does gain her ability back on her turn, so it is very similar to Meta Leora, but Meta Leora, she won't do the full damage until 8 active turns have been taken, and she gets like extra stuff depending on what you do. I think the offensive stand is the best because it ignores the defense. Um, if you're trying to like use her as a point of damage because she'll just follow up a lot. But it's kind of just like you have to build a team around Leora kind of because she is not very tanky. She does have a lot of health, but she's not a tanky character. She has 92 resist right now on her, so the way I built her, she's pretty decent. But if you have a single copy of her, she kind of just doesn't do much until she gets the 8 stacks, and then she can do up to 200% attack. But you're waiting so long for that nuke. So I feel like old Leora has a more consistent nuke, obviously, because she just resets her passives on her, resets all of her ability cooldowns at the start of combat. Which means for PvE, I feel like this Leora is more consistent in terms of damage output. She is a fighter straight through and through. I feel like Meta Athena or Leora is less of a hard fighter and more of a support fighter because of all the stuff she does. So I think she's going to be good in defensive comps. I think she's going to be good in speed comps. I think she's going to be good in compositions where your characters are more individually tuned. So let's say, like for example, we have the twins right here, the lesbos, right? And we go because these all characters all counterattack, but her kit specifically only really helps her. Obviously it helps with AoE damage with the Predator's mark, but the veil thing helps her only, unless you have teammates that are invisible, but that's R6. Her Bella stacks only help her, and she counterattacks to help the team a bit. Obviously R2 Persephone would be that as well, but she's more like keeping herself alive and just being unkillable and not taking damage. Nora is half that, plus the fact to just counter punish. So she'll fit in very well with her. That's pretty much the only team synergy. These are more like selfish characters, right? Like, you want them to individually perform, but as a team, the only ones who are going to really be contributing are these two. Sometimes, what's her name? How can I forget her name? Anna, Persephone, sorry. So Anna, she just kind of is by herself. Like everyone is not supporting each other, right? But she supports all of them. That's what I'm trying to say. I think this is 3 fighters. I don't need 3 fighters, do I? Yeah. Unfortunately, I will take out you because you are a bit more team help with your debuffs. So let's say that, yeah, let's do you. And then we'll just heal everybody. So, oh wait, but then we don't have another fighter. Would you say that she's more team oriented because she has yeah, you know what, let's do it this way. Let's have single target DPS pretty much. So these guys, 2 fighters, and then we can go. I don't have a lot of defenders. I think we just go support, right? So I don't want to go AoE support. I do want this guy to just immediately get the stacks, and then we can go you. So something like this, right? Pan is the only one. These 2 supports are the only ones helping everybody else, including Leora now. So you don't need another defender because you're going to be a more aggressive team, right? You're going to get the speed boost from him, and maybe if you were doing some tower stuff, you would use him for speed boost. Otherwise, you can use the attack buff of Meta Leora or the HP buff of him, or even the crit, whichever one you want. I'm going to use the attack buff because now it's plus 90 attack, I believe, right? So crit rate and crit damage increase, which is great. Speed plus 20, already plus 40. So plus 60 speed on your Leora is kind of nasty. And your teammates have plus 40 speed. So Pan is actually very good with a meta Leora, I feel like. Just because that extra speed means that you will always be the one in front so long as you have that buff. And if you're already faster than the enemy team, it's kind of just redundant at that point, but the extra crit rate and crit damage just take your team a lot further. So speed, damage dealt plus 50, and then your teammate's attack plus 50%, plus her captain ability is 40, so that's 90% actually. So imagine if you have her maxed out to 50% attack buff for your team, plus the 100% increase because she doubles the benefits for your teams at R6. Wow. So this is what we do, right? This one does defense down. We're gonna do this first because Pan will have his stuff anyway. Wait. Ah, they killed my dude. But anyway, he's not gonna die. Watch this. So we're gonna nuke once. Oh wow, she did a lot of damage. Yeah, so it's kind of wild. She has like 12k attack now, so she'll just kill everybody. Let's redo that, right? This. He almost is to 10. Once he gets to 10, I believe he will automatically just let us do that. I'm gonna kill her off so they don't heal. And now my man's here will not die because he has standoff, so he will remain at least 1 HP, and he always gets it for 1 turn at the end of his turn, so long as he's at 10 stacks of Eternal Flame. So this is my favorite part about maxing out this guy, is he's just gonna be baller now. So he's basically like Athena, but he can kind of do whatever he wants. And he's a single target. He's a single target though. And then the spark and everything. So you can do some cool stuff like this, right? This is more of a PvE team, but if you wanted to do PvP like I showed you before, yeah. So let's do you. Let's have the increase of Pan, because Pan is actually pretty decent in terms of increasing your damage output. It's not going to be for a lot, but at least he can also give you the immunity if you see a controller team. You want to give speed and you want more cleave, so I think we go obviously with our other nuker because we can't use Athena. I would have gone her, but I think she's more consistent, especially the fact that she can do that. Do we need a buff dispelling? You only need buff, so like you can change it out if you want with whatever characters. I was actually gonna do a control Gossamer thing, so just go in like this, right? So you use this to like slowly control them. Eventually they'll be Gossamer. Protect your team with the immunity. Buff everybody. Now we're gonna be dealing a lot more damage. I could have put Mona in the team lead and it would have done better. They're all dead. If not, then now they're dead. That simple. Literally that simple. She ignores her defense. She has more speed. She does more damage. So does the rest of the team. It's just beautiful. So yeah, power creep is kind of wild. You know, with Leon and whatever her name was, this character, Ling Zhao. This pretty much makes your team unkillable, and then you have like Feng Shun, and now you have your 2 nukers, this and this. And if they don't kill your nukers, good luck enemy team, because the rest of your team is probably going to survive if they're maxed out. I mean, just look at this. He gets a shield if this is not on cooldown for 2 turns. So before you even cast this the first time, he just gets 80% more health. Kind of wild. Kind of wild. One of the strongest supports, I would say, in terms of the meta. And in PvE in general. Just in general. Anyway, I think that's it for the video. I just wanted to show you like the power creep, the dumb stuff you can do with the new Esper, and the differences between
Don't
her and Leora.
I'll return.
I'll be
with
trying
a
to make more
victory.
videos, but I don't promise anything because you all know it's May, it's finals time. I'm studying earlier, just taking my break now. You know how it'll be. Plus, I
If
maxed
you're
out Leora
lazy all
here,
the time,
so it's not a complete comparison because, let's be honest, this
every
character
test is a
is much
step
better.
toward greater strength.
She is much better pretty much in every way except for the cycling of her ult. This character will always be better at that, which I think is great. You have to have something that the normal Leora is good at.
I'll return with a
She
victory.
is good at cycling her ult for PvE content, which means that no matter when you start the battle, as long as you are starting the battle, she will be ready to nuke. And that is pretty much the best thing you can ask
If you're
for
lazy all the
power
time,
creep.
it'll affect you.
Is that it's still able to perform, but you need to max it out. It's like, yeah.
Every test is a step toward greater strength.
I do say though, this character does more damage, but if you play your cards right and you have
Every
buffs,
test is a
it
step
really
toward
doesn't
greater
make a difference.
strength.
There's an interesting cooldown on her ability, but yeah, it is what it is. In terms of all the other characters, I would say some of the meta Espers are meta. You have to build teams around them, and a lot of them are enabled at R4.
I'm just the
Some of them are enabled at R2, which I like. But that is what it
My
is.
pulse sinks to this.
I think I have pretty much kept up with all of the new releases except for a couple characters. I wanted to show you this lastly before I end the video. I have to scroll. Oh, you're joking. Oh, sorry. Here. So these are the characters I don't have. This and these three are probably the best Espers I can get out of here. Situational needs a lot of rezos. Situational power crept needs a lot of rezos. Situational rezos needs situational rezos, and actually not very usable for a lot of content, even if you do get her maxed out. So literally, who know those each res is all I'm caring about. I think in that order, right? 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2, 3. Because actually, this guy's a bit better than this guy in terms of team support, but this guy is very good at nuking if you have a defense team. Just very good at nuking. Maybe you can keep him alive. But yeah, I would rather go for this guy because I pretty much already have a counterattack team with Metamona, Athena. Sorry, not Athena. Is it Athena? No. What am I saying? Metamona, Artemis. This guy, Beast, Neon, Zeus, Suisai. How do we say that? Anna, Persephone, and her girlfriend. I forgot her name. How do I forget the name of these characters? I was just playing.
Care for a front row seat to...
What is your name? Nora. Nora. So yeah, those three already counterattack. Now we have him, and then I just put a Leon or a Ling Xiao or whatever her name was, Ling Zhang. And there we go. I got another unkillable counterattack team that's just gonna keep counterattacking. I could put Wu Yu on the team too, but I would have to slot a different. Ooh, I would probably slot out Anna then, because Anna is great, but she has been a little power crept, and she is quite counterable if you have a Baizha or some other character that cares about counterattacks or taking turns outside of active turns. Anyway, thank you all for watching as always, and I'll see everybody in the next video.